Today we will be looking at the phrasal verbs come apart, get behind, go on, look up to, and make up. In these slides, first I'll put the phrasal verb at the top, and then next I'll give you a few example sentences, and then you'll think of what the phrasal verb might mean. Come apart. Do you have any glue? The cover of my book is coming apart. The cover of the book is the front of the book. It typically has the title, the author's name, and a photo of some kind. When her cat died, she was so sad and completely came apart. It means to fall to pieces, and this can be physically or emotionally. I decided to include both examples here since they are so similar in meaning. For example, this man here is coming apart. He's crying, he's sad, his emotions are coming apart. Get behind. I got behind on my car payment because I didn't have a job for 3 months and couldn't pay. I got behind on my car payment because I didn't have a job for 3 months and couldn't pay. Next example, if I get sick and miss school, I'll definitely get behind and have a lot of work to do. If I get sick and miss school, I'll definitely get behind and have a lot of work to do. What might get behind mean? It means that you have not done as much work or paid as much as you should by a particular period in time. So, for example, in the first example, the car payments, if you don't have a job, you have no money to pay for your car. So now, after 3 months of not paying your car payment, you have to pay those 3 months you were behind on. And same thing with if you miss school. If you get sick and you miss school for a week, then you've missed the classes, you've missed all the information in class. Now you're behind on the amount of work that you have to do to have the same knowledge as the other students in class. You need to do additional work to bring you up to where the other students are at. Go on. There's a police car outside. Do you know what's going on? What was going on in the cafeteria? I heard someone shouting. What was going on in the cafeteria? I heard someone shouting. What might this mean? It means happen. There's a police car outside. Do you know what's happening? Or what was happening in the cafeteria? I heard someone shouting. Look up to. My father is a kind, caring, and loving man. I really look up to him. My father is a kind, caring, and loving man. I really look up to him. Many children look up to their older siblings as role models. Many children look up to their siblings as role models. What might look up to mean? It means respect and admire. So my father is a kind, caring, and loving man. I really respect and admire him. Many children respect and admire their older siblings as role models. Make up. Sarah didn't want to go to the party, so she made up an excuse about being ill. She made up an excuse about being ill. You should be a writer. You make up such interesting stories. You should be a writer. You make up such interesting stories. What might make up mean? Means to invent. Sarah didn't want to go to the party, so she invented an excuse about being ill. And you should be a writer. You invent such interesting stories. Next, let's practice. So in each sentence, you'll need to complete the sentence with one of the phrasal verbs we just learned. First one. I couldn't believe what was when I got home. My kids were having a food fight. What phrasal verb would go here? I couldn't believe what was going on when I got home. My kids were having a food fight. In the photo, the kids are having a food fight. As soon as I took a bite of my hamburger, it completely... I hate when this happens, especially when it's a good burger. As soon as I took a bite of my hamburger, it completely fell apart. It fell into pieces. My sister is very smart and hardworking. I really, to her. This is a true statement. I really, really admire and respect my sister. I really look up to her. I really look up to her. Can you? A story about how the world might be in 2050? Can you make up a story about how the world might be in 2050? Maybe there will be robots. I don't know. I just can't come out tonight as I've with my work. Do you remember? I just can't come out tonight as I've got behind with my work. I can't do any more. Last year, after losing my job, breaking up with my boyfriend, and failing 2 classes at the university, I found it hard to wake up every day. I completely fell apart. Completely lost the control of emotions. Crying, you're sad, you completely fall apart. This last one's a little more difficult. I used a separable phrasal verb. How did you? So, I wasn't organized enough. How did you get so behind? I wasn't organized enough. And that concludes the video today. As always, please subscribe to my channel. And if you found this video useful, make sure to give it a like. If you have any ideas for videos that you would like, make sure to leave a comment. And I'll see you next time.